The following program contains scenes which are violent in nature. The material is being performed by professionals and should not be attempted at home. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to Urban Self-Defense. I'm your host, Mike Arsenault. In this series, we look at what happens when everyday urban situations become dangerous. Jason Carter of the Snow Lion Martial Arts Jujitsu Academy will show you some simple maneuvers to get yourself out of tight spots. Speaking of tight spots, right now we're 20 feet underground because today's episode is all about parking lot safety. In this first scenario, Jason is approached by a man in a parking lot asking for money, and then the situation escalates.
Sorry, man. Gotta change, man.
I really need the money. Okay, no, seriously. Okay, give me your wallet. I want your wallet.
Hey, bud, sorry. No change, man. No change, man. No change.
Okay, seriously. Give me
Hey,
your wallet.
no, man. I just want to go. Come on, man. No.
Just give me a little.
That was a quick and simple defense, but sometimes the easiest option is the most effective option. Isn't that right, Jason?
You're 100% right, Mike. The biggest thing about this situation is we needed to stop it quick. Very quick, very sweet. Okay? And this situation started off very simple. He just wanted money, but it escalated fast, as you noticed. It went from simple wanting money to, whoa, he's in my face. He's now crouching my personal space. I need to do something.
Okay, so I saw first move, once again, our hands up to create that space, correct?
Exactly. First thing I want to do is get your hands up. Get your hands up, make that space first, right? If he's farther away from him, better space, better time I have to get away. So the first thing is, hey, and then read. If you notice, I try to reason with him. Because reasoning actually can work a lot of cases. My hands are up, I'm defensive looking. Hey, I don't want to do this, you don't want to do this. Okay? And if you notice, it wasn't until he started to approach me, started getting really close to me, my personal space, is when I reacted with the self-defense.
Okay, so first move is you see him coming in and then you reach for your head.
Yep, my hands came up. So when he came in, I reached up. My idea is basically to grab, it could be my baseball cap, it could be sunglasses, okay? What I want to do is project it at him. Throw them at his face, right? If you throw it at a person's face, you've had things thrown. We've all had stuff thrown at our face.
Duck and cover, right?
Exactly. First thing, hands come up and go, whoa, no. And that's what I'm looking for, that human reaction at which he cannot stop. Okay? So when you throw those glasses or the hat, wherever that object is, it's followed by right away with a good old soccer kick. You probably kicked the soccer ball once or twice.
Once or twice?
It's a straight soccer kick right to the groin.
Okay, so we're not playing Marquis to Queensbury rules here. We're on the street, there are no rules, so we're not going to go for a nice, safe gut kick. We're going right for the groin.
If there was rules, he wouldn't have aggressively asked me for money.
There we go. So all's fair in parking lot altercations.
Yes, because at the end of the day, you have to make it home.
Yeah.
You're the one who needs to come home to make it safe, okay? It didn't warrant me to physically cause a lot of abuse to him. I just needed to stop the situation dead and get home.
In his defense, I think maybe getting kicked in the groin is quite a bit of abuse.
Yes, but you will live.
Okay, all right. His future children might not. Okay, so we kicked him.
Yep.
He goes down, and then you're not following through on the kick, though, right? You're
No.
kicking and then coming back.
And that's the key thing here, is always that space. You gotta remember space. Space, and what do I always say? Awareness of your surroundings, okay? One of the big things I do teach in the art of being glam that I founded is space, okay? I want to create some space here. And so after I kick him, I'm drawing this foot back.
Okay.
To keep that space, okay? Casey tries to thrash, out at me. Arms come out, tries to punch me, tries to grab me. I want this space, okay? And if you notice, after I kicked him, what did I do? When I took off, I kept looking. I kept looking and looking, using my peripheral vision to see what's around me.
Because there's the chance that kick might not be enough.
Exactly, and you will know that quick. If I kick him and he kind of looks at me and goes, what was that? Well, then I better follow it up with something.
That might just wake up the sleeping bear.
Exactly, right? You could, after the first initial kick, if he starts bending over, you could throw another kick up to the head, right? knee strike to the head. Okay.
Now we can get some arm strikes in there too.
Oh,
or?
definitely, definitely. One thing I really preach, especially for the average person on the street that doesn't train, doesn't go to the gym, they don't have a heavy bag. You have to condition your hands to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. But for an average person, you can use what's called a palm heel. Okay.
Because most people don't know how to punch properly, right?
Exactly.
So then they can break
their wrist, they break their knuckles, right? Cause all kinds of unneeded damage. What you want to do, if you're going to use a palm heel, is take your palm of your hand. What you're going to strike with is this basically the heel of the hand.
Okay. So if you drew a line from the thumb
basically across
to your pinky.
Exactly.
Okay.
This area right here. What you want to do is curl your fingers in. Okay. The reason, basically, is you want to do is hit with this. The reason you curl your fingers in, if my fingers are out and I hit something,
bend back, and then you can break them that way too.
If you curl your fingers in, you'll see that they're a lot stronger, right? They take a lot more abuse. They're not going to move as easy. Keeps them free from being caught on things. Bang, palm heel. You can abuse things all day long with this, and you will not break your hand.
So let's escalate the situation. If his plan all along is to get your wallet, there's a very good chance in a facility like this, he has a lookout somewhere.
And that's a scary point.
Lurking behind a pillar or something.
And that is a very scary point. And that's something you want always to keep in mind. Like I would say, awareness is the big thing. Mindfulness of your surroundings. So exactly, after I've neutralized him, as I'm moving away, I want to keep my peripheral vision. I want to keep scanning the space. Nice thing about it, I'm already on the move, right? So if he does have a partner, I'm already on the move away. I'm on my way out, either going towards the security station, okay, or to maybe another bystander. Some people buy their car, I can yell for help, okay, or if I'm near a stairwell to get out to safety, okay.
So that's a great point, because you just didn't hit him and okay, job's over, and then took off, right? You were always sweeping your vision across the parking lot to see if there was someone else there.
Exactly.
Perfect. Excellent. All right, thanks, Jason. We'll be right back on Urban Self-Defense.
Here's a self-defense technique you can learn in less than a minute. We're looking at a horrible situation. That's when you're grabbed from behind with your arms in. You could be walking along through a parking lot anywhere. Someone grabs you. First thing, stay calm. What I'm going to do is now, is to help give me a little more time for freedom, I'm going to step forwards. Doing so brings my weight forwards, makes it heavier for him to pick me up. I'm going to pivot my hips now, clearing a route basically to strike his groin. I'm going to strike his groin, striking with the blade of my hand. Strike. I'll strike until his grip is broken. We pivot ourselves out, push off his chest, giving us space to get away. We're going to look at that one more time, a little quicker. Again, you could be walking along, someone grabs, step forwards, open up a route, strike, push off. There's one more tip to help keep you safe.
After a long, hard day at the office, filled with cover sheets and TPS reports, the last thing you want to do is be approached by a knife-wielding attacker. Jason's going to show you how to defend yourself using my little friend here.
Jeez, look at the time. Wow.
Hey, boys, you ready?
Hey, buddy, I don't want to do this. Jeez, look at the time, man. Wow. Whoa, hey, buddy, I don't want to do this.
Parking lots offer lots of places to hide and conceal yourself. So if you're coming off a long day of work like Jason has, it's especially important to be aware of your surroundings. Now, Jason, as you mentioned in our first episode, you like to use unconventional weapons, and it doesn't get any more unconventional than a briefcase.
You're exactly right, Mike. The greatest thing about non-conventional weapons is you can carry them with you. We can carry a briefcase, pen, hat, glasses. They're totally legal. And that's the greatest thing around you. The thing to remember, that anywhere around you at any time, there's something that you could probably use as a self-defense tool.
Okay, well, let's bring our model out for this scenario. Kevin, Front and center, please. Okay, so he's coming at you with a knife.
Yes.
So first, your eye's going to go straight to the weapon.
Oh, exactly.
Immediately.
In this situation, as soon as a person has a weapon, the first thing you want to focus on, and only focus on, is that weapon. I don't care if he tries to hit me with his other hand. That is what I'm concerned about. And if you notice, the first thing what I do, I got my briefcase. What is it going to become? It's going to become a shield. Boom. Chances are you're going to have, paperwork in there,
Could
right?
be a laptop.
Could be your laptop, right? So it's a shield. It'll take a lot of damage. It'll take this knife strike.
Okay, so Kevin thrusts the knife towards your midsection.
Yep.
You deflect it.
Exactly.
Okay.
My goal here is not to stop the blade by stopping it dead on into my briefcase, is to basically redirect him. Because he comes to push, is, hey buddy, boom, I've stepped sideways and created a redirection of his power.
Okay.
Okay? As soon as that is done, I need to trap that hand. Because again, this is what I'm worried about. I'm not concerned about that hand, his feet, his head. No, this is my concern.
So are you worried about holding the briefcase in your dominant hand? Is that part of the thought process?
If you can, preferably, yes. But unfortunately, I cannot predict what hand he's going to attack me with, right? If I'm like this, I can't suddenly say, whoa, hold on, let me switch my hands. Okay? So again, you have to flow with it, right? So if I did block and by chance I'm left hand and I grab with this hand, I'm still going to strike him, right? I'm going to strike him in the back of the head this time. Okay,
perfect. All right, so you have the wrist grabbed.
Yep, we have the wrist grab. And from here, I'm going to now use this as a self-defense tool. Okay? From here, I'm going to swing it. I'm basically striking towards his head. Because again, we're at a very high level of aggression since he has a knife. Because the first thing you have to remember about a knife, Mike, the safe fighting distance from manual to knife is 20 feet. 20 feet is a safe distance. Why?
20 feet.
20 feet, because then I have time to react.
Okay.
Okay? Once you start fighting manual to knife, good chance you're going to get cut. Okay? You got to be prepared for that. Okay? Mentally. Because unfortunately, I got to go home. Right? It's one of those cases where, you have to finish what you started. Go right at it. Once it started, you can't stop. Right? Because he's going to cut you. So I have control of the knife. I will use this to start disorienting him, striking him into the head.
Okay.
Okay? Strike. From here, if you notice, I start to turn his wrist over.
Okay.
Because I'm going to cause pain here now, too. It's not just the strikes to the head, which is going to knock him down.
So you turn the wrist after the strikes, not before?
As I'm hitting him.
Okay.
Right? It becomes one fluid motion. Boom! Twist that wrist down, dropping him to the ground.
Okay.
Okay? If you notice from here, I'm going to turn just to get a little better angle. Got good control over his wrist. I'm going to strike him in the head one more time. So after we've hit him in the head maybe a third time, it caused him to hit the floor hard. Okay? And from here, he could still have a lot of gumph left in him.
Okay.
So from here, we're going to stomp. There's a quick step, bang, disorient him. Okay? From here, now I want to make sure I get this knife out of his hand. And to do so, I want to stomp using my heel on his bicep. Not on top of the bicep. I'm actually trying to get right on the inside of his bicep. Right inside the
is it
arm,
on the muscle? Or
basically between the two muscles. Right here, there's a nerve. If you watch Kevin's face, his eyes go shut. You can tell there's a little bit of pain there. He's being nice, not showing it.
Hold on, I didn't see that. Let me see
You
one
want to see
more
one
time.
time? See there, see that pain?
Oh, there it is, okay.
That's that point right there. And that's what I'm going to stomp.
Okay.
Okay? And I'm going to repeatedly stomp this until his hand flinches open like it already is.
So what is causing him to drop the knife? Is it the stomp on the nerves or is it the pressure on the wrist?
It's both.
Okay. So could you do it? Well, say you couldn't get the stomp properly. His arm's moving. You can make him drop the knife with just the
basically
wrist.
by pressing it to the floor. Okay, I'm basically going to cause hyperextension right here by causing this pressure down. See how he comes up in the air?
Yeah.
Your body will always go away from pain. So I know it hurts him when he starts coming up in the air. But he can't go anywhere because I'm forcing him into the floor.
Okay, so the knife is dropped.
Yep.
Okay.
I stomp, knife falls.
Knife is down. Now he still has this hand available.
Yes.
Okay, so you're so focused here. What if he's able to strike with his hand?
If he tries to go to grab me,
Yeah.
I'm going to break his wrist. I will guarantee you. Little experiment. Grab me, sense. Grab me. See if I do this. See how he lets go of me?
Okay, yeah.
Why? Because his wrist is about to break. That shock of pain to the human being will cause your body to, whoa! It's a fight and flight syndrome of the human response system.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so the knife's still there though.
Yes. But I don't want to leave the knife there, right? After I've knocked the knife free of his hand by stopping and twisting that wrist, right? The knife falls. I don't want to leave it there. If I take off running, he can pick it up. Okay? So it's all one motion. You don't want to do this slow, right? It's stop, stop, then I'm going to step, kick. And if you notice, I'm already turning to get away from him. Okay? And it becomes one motion. Boom.
And then you take off.
Exactly.
Okay. So what about we kick the knife away and just, you want to make sure he's really down to maybe like a Hulk Hogan leg drop.
Oh, a good old classic leg drop.
Yeah.
Probably unneeded at this point if I've already stopped his arm, broke his wrist. Chances are he's not going to jump up right away.
So you don't want to go for the 3 count?
No, I don't need the 3 count in this case. We already gave him the 3 count. We gave him 3 of these.
All right, perfect. Kev, on your feet. We'll get you some baby wipes to clean you up there. We'll be right back on USD.
Here's a self-defense technique you can learn in less than a minute. Horrible situation, you're walking along, someone grabs you from behind. First thing, don't panic. I'm going to step forwards, bring my weight forwards, makes it harder for him to pick me up off the ground. I'm going to grab his arm, because from here I need to escape. So I'm going to swing over top and I'm going to strike him. The hand holds him still. I striking down into his shoulder and the side of his neckline, loosening his grip. From here, my hand slides down. I'm going to grab his wrist. I'm going to grab my own wrist, push myself out. From here, I'm opening up some space. I can take my elbow, striking center mass, push his arm up. I'm going to pivot out to safety. We're going to try that one more time a little quicker. So you're walking along, grabs you, step forwards, grab, strike, 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 push yourself open, strike, strike, up. You're free. There's one more tip to help keep you safe.
Welcome back to Urban Self-Defense. So you've made it through the parking lot unscathed, but now someone's coming at you with the door open to your car. What do you do? Jason has the answer.
Give me your keys.
Whoa, hey buddy, no buddy. Hey! Buddy, we don't want to do that.
Now it's my turn to go through this scenario to truly show that anyone can do these defenses. I'm strapped to the hero cam. I have Jason with me. Now, Jason, if you want this to be a true life scenario,
yes.
I mean, I wouldn't really be using a car like this. I'd have a Lambo or a Ferrari. So
exactly.
I assume that's in our budget, right, guys? It's not. Okay,
okay,
so
this is what we're
this
using.
will have to do. So first things first. So I'm walking to my car.
Yes.
Okay.
And
I open the door.
Yep, and again, this situation takes place is once you get your car door open, you want it in your car, and next thing you know, guess what?
So
there's a man that actually wants this car.
Yeah. Okay, so he comes at me.
Yep.
With the
First
knife.
thing you want to do is make space away from your car.
Because
right now,
I don't want to be blocked.
Exactly. You don't want to be trapped here.
Okay.
So if you notice what I did, I instantly actually progressed towards him a little bit. I stepped out. Make that space.
Okay.
Okay? Now what you want to do is, again, get ready. Get your hands up, because the only thing you need to worry about, again, is what you're worrying about. What's the only thing you're worrying about? That knife. Exactly.
Okay.
So when he goes to thrust, what I want you to do is we call, basically, it's a cross-body block.
Okay.
You take your right hand, reach down towards your far pocket as if you're about to get something from your pocket. Take your other hand, reach up to the other side of your neck. Okay? Right up high, right to your neck. So this hand's up here by your neck.
Okay.
This hand's down here. So what you've done now is you've instantly covered all of these organs. Okay?
Okay.
And major arteries. So as he stabs,
So he
right,
comes in that knife.
you turn yourself sideways and block. See, the good thing about this, yes, he can still cut you. If he draws it back, he's going to cut across your arms.
Yeah.
He's going to cut across your arms. But that's only your arms. You're going to live.
That's not going to do as much damage as if you got me right here. Yeah.
Exactly. So we got your cross. Okay? He's done his stab. Boom. Now what you want to do, again, only thing you want to worry about is this. So you're going to grab this arm. You're going to reach over top. Grab the other hand.
It's okay, so I'm here to there.
Here, and grab it with the other hand now, from underneath. There you go.
Okay.
Meat of the hand, good. You want the hand?
Okay.
Leave space around his wrist, because what
Okay.
you're about to do is you're going to put a lot of pressure on that wrist. And you don't want to have anything that might take pressure off that wrist.
Okay.
Right? You want this guy to hurt.
Okay.
Right? So from here now, all I want you to start turning the knife blade towards the sky. And now, somebody take that knife blade and point it towards the ground. Right over. Keep going, go. Yep, roll towards the floor. Bang. Perfect. Okay. Now he's down. What I want to do is now turn it back straight for a second. You ever banged your elbow?
Yep.
What happens is your fingers go tingly. It hurts.
Funny bone?
Exactly. What
Okay.
you're going to do is you're going to slam, and slam. What
Until
that's
he
going
drops?
to do, exactly, you're pushing pressure on his wrist,
Okay.
which is causing to attack the integrity of his wrist joint.
Okay.
Second thing was happening is since you're banging his elbow off the ground, it's going to cause a great deal of pain, his hand to go numb, the blade to fall out. Okay? And from there, once you've slammed it, now you need to get rid of that knife. Kick it away. Exactly.
Okay.
Now it is safe to get in your car.
So now I saw you once you got in the car, you had the cell phone out. So what is the point of that?
First thing you want to do is call for help. Okay? You can speed away, right? That's
Yeah.
good to do. But the other thing, problem is, if you speed away, you left this guy here that could physically get up and attack somebody else. Right? Now you've left him to maybe get the next person that comes along. So
you want to protect yourself and the people around you.
Exactly. It's not just you, right? It's mindfulness of your surroundings, knowing that you're not the only one in this parking lot.
Okay, so I get in there, I shut the door, lock it, and then I call. So who am I calling?
911, the police.
Well, I'd probably call my mom first, but 911 would be a good option, I guess.
Exactly. Because
Okay.
the nice thing about 911, as soon as you make that call, even if he tries to get in your car, you drop your phone, they're tracking you. They know where you are. Right? That's the greatest thing about calling on phones. So again, you get in, lock your door. Number one, lock your door. Make sure that's done. Pull your phone out,
Yeah.
call for help, and then get out of there.
Perfect. I mean, yeah, I think that sounds good.
Okay?
Yeah.
Guess what? You don't get off so scot-free now. You get to try it in full speed with the big guy. So here's your keys, sir. Let me
No
get
one
out of
told me about this one.
your way,
Okay.
and it's up to you. So
All right.
remember, what's the thing you're worried about the most? That knife.
The knife.
Protect yourself
Knife and
from the knife.
create space.
Create space, protect yourself from the knife.
Okay, so unlock the car.
Hey, what's your knife?
Hi, Mom. I need help.
Great job, but guess what? You forgot to lock the door. But lucky you broke his elbow and shattered it, because he's probably not going to be able to open up that
Well,
door.
see, Jason, I knew that his elbow, I knew he wasn't getting up. That's why I didn't lock the door. And that was a test for all of you at home. So congratulations, you've all passed. Jason, thank you very much. We'll be right back after these messages with a final wrap up and some etiquette on parking lot safety.
Here's a self-defense technique you can learn in less than a minute. This is a great one for the ladies. You could be standing, you could be sitting on the bus, it could happen anywhere. And this is when someone gets, a little too friendly. First thing I want to do is I'm going to reach over and grab his hand. Taking my fingers and I'm going to grab what we'd call the meat of his pinky. From here, my thumb is placed on top of his thumb. I'm going to roll and peel his hand off my shoulder to the sky. As I do so, I'm going to grab it with my other hand, because two hands are better than one. From this position, I'm going to draw my hand straight from here down to his groin. Now I need to get away, so I'm going to push off on the side of his head, making some space. We're going to do that one more time. Again, it's not a friendly, not a nice situation. Someone puts your hand around you. Hey, I don't like this. I'm going to grab. Hands up, hand, groin, push, and don't touch me. There's one more technique to help keep you safe.
Welcome back. It's time for the etiquette portion of the show. Now, we're teaching you throughout this series self-defense maneuvers, but we hope we never get to that point. Now, Jason, what tips do you have to protect yourself besides the self-defense maneuvers? Because again, we don't want to get to that point.
Exactly. My greatest belief is truly your best defense is not putting yourself in a position to defend yourself. And with that comes, as we were speaking, proper etiquette. And that can come into many things. For example, let's look at outdoor parking, because there are still malls where you park outside. When you go shopping, I don't care, it doesn't matter what time of day it is, because we've all been shopping and time can get away from us. Park underneath a lamppost. Drive around until you find that perfect spot outside of a door, underneath a lamppost, and that goes twice as important for the ladies. Okay, you want well lit, because we can all get shopping. Next thing you know, oh, time got away from us. We come out and it's dark. Another thing to watch out for, and this is again, it could be an underground parking or above ground parking, is when you walk through a parking lot. If you have cars parked only on one side of you, for example, walk away from the cars. It gives you more time to react, because your biggest and probably your best defense is that space, that reaction time, making sure you're using your vision, being aware of your surroundings, but also knowing what to do to keep yourself safe. And again, if it's a parking spot where you have cars on both sides, walk right down the center. Again, don't walk to the left or don't walk right to the extreme right down the center again, watching both sides.
And just getting back to our last scenario today, the car door was open, someone wanted your car, then you have a choice. And
Yes.
what should that choice be?
99.9% of the time, give him your vehicle or whatever they want is the best thing you can do. Because again, you can replace anything. Your car can be replaced. Your life can't be. And that's the thing to remember.
That's all from this week. Thanks for joining us here on Urban Self-Defense. For Jason Carter, I'm Mike Arsenault.